Hello, Wishes Squad! welcome, Wishes Squad, to our beautiful YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you become part of the Wishes Squad. So let me take this time to welcome you, my amazing family, the Wishes Squad, to our YouTube channel. This is super exciting. Don't forget to subscribe. We are on our road to 1,000 subscribers, and then after 1,000 subscribers, it's a road to 5K subscribers. So Wishes Squad, let us make this very possible. Let's hit 1K subscribers before the end of this month. Let us do that. It's very possible. So for those who are joining us for the first time in this beautiful YouTube channel of ours, my name is Lesego Montsho, but in this channel I'm Lesego the Futurist. So welcome to Lesego Futurist YouTube channel. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, with your family, so that they can enjoy the amazing content, inspiring content that is here in our beautiful YouTube channel. So today I'm dressed by the Lesego Montsho Foundation through their Transform Education Tour t-shirt. So that is basically what I'm wearing today, as I'll be giving you this beautiful episode. So what are we talking about today, my people? What are we talking about? But before we can start about what we're talking about today, I just need you to take a moment, hit that subscribe button. I know that some of you who are watching who never miss our episodes, but you've not yet subscribed. Please kindly hit the subscribe button so that we move together, and grow together and grow this beautiful network of ours as the Vision Squad, as the Futurist Squad. Without any further ado, let's jump into this episode. What are we going to be talking about today? So my amazing people, today's episode is super interesting. You do not want to change this video to any other video on YouTube. Just sit there and listen to what I have to share with you today. So today, I'm just gonna share with you something interesting. If you are a Vision Squad and you've been following this YouTube channel for a long time, you are going to agree that you have seen that in the past, let me say in 2024, we have not put as much content as we should have, even 2023 and even 2022. So when it comes to content, we were not as consistent with giving you content. And I even said it in the previous episode that I'm here now to serve you with amazing content on a weekly basis. You know, every 10 days, every 7 days, there should be a new video in this channel that is meant to empower, inspire, and most importantly, share, our journey, share our story, share this vision that we're building with the rest of our tribe out there and our network here in the Vision Squad, in the Lesego Futurist YouTube channel. So my people, you might have noticed in December that I had traveled to Algeria for African Startup Conference. So this is basically a conference that was all about, young entrepreneurs mostly, or entrepreneurs broadly who are running startups. These startups could be businesses, could be organizations, could be even, sometimes I think in our African or our local context, we tend to think that startup only means a business, but you realize that startup could mean something, an innovation that you've made. That innovation, even if it's not a company, it's a startup. You get it? So in this context, I went to Algeria to represent FIES, which is a startup technology that I had invented, and I was representing our NGO, which is the Global Youth Parliament Botswana. And shout out to Richmond. Richmond is the one who, when African Startup Conference, or rather Algeria Ventures, which is the venture capital in Algeria under the Ministry of Trade and Entrepreneurship, reached out to him to say, we want young innovators from your country who are doing really amazing, or young startups from your countries that are doing amazing stuff or cutting edge innovations. Richmond did not know me, did not know one of the colleagues that we went with. Somehow Richmond went on the internet, searched for like the pitches for local startups and innovators, came across one pitching competition that we took part in, was impressed with our innovations, selected us and reached out to us. We didn't know, I even thought it was coming from the office of the vice president or some ministry, you know, because it was just immediately after the COP 2029. So I was supposed to go to COP 29 last year. Unfortunately, because of logistical issues, I couldn't go. So I remember I had reached out to the vice president of Botswana, VP Gaulate. I had went to his office there. That's where I met him. I never knew him before he became VP. So I reached out to their office just like any citizen would do to tell them about this important engagement that I have at COP29. But then they could not help me. However, their office called me to let me know that I should reach out to someone who is in some department that deals with the environment. But already by the time they reached out, the COP29 was already over. Beyond that, I kind of gave up on the whole idea of any other possibility of some, you know, travel coming, because it was already end of November moving into December. So I was just like, no, I think if COP just passed, there's nothing else that I should think about. I was just now worrying about 2025 and moving to planning my 2025 because I realized 2024 was already over. Interestingly, one Sunday I received a call from a number that I don't know. This is Richmond. Hi, is this Lesego? Yes, it's Lesego. We saw like your innovation and we would like to ask, are you free this December? Yes, I'm free. We would like to, we've selected you actually. We made a list of young entrepreneurs in Botswana. There was a metric we were using to determine the kind of projects they're doing and whether these projects are the kind that can represent the nation at the startup conference. It's like, oh, amazing, I'm available. It's like, sure. Just like that, it's a Sunday. On Monday already, we had to submit our passports at the Algerian embassy. And then the very same week, I was going for my driving license test in Masunga. So immediately after submitting my passport on Tuesday, I'm traveling to Masunga. I go there for my driving test. And then by God's grace, I passed. The test was supposed to be on Thursday, but I ended up writing it on Thursday because when I arrived there on Thursday, the Department of Transport had closed registration for the driving test for that Thursday. So it meant that I had to wait for the early morning around 7 a.m. on Friday so that I could register for the group that's writing on Friday. So I ended up doing my driving test all day Friday, and by God's grace, I passed. I remember on Thursday, that day when I failed to register for the driving test, I was in communication with Richmond, and then he shared he had already created a WhatsApp group. There was me and another guy called Tobo. So if you watch that Algeria travel vlog, you'll see myself and two boys. The other one who's older than us is Richmond, and then there's also Tobo. So it was just three of us. Myself and Tobo, we are also innovators. Tobo is also an innovator. He has this amazing stuff that he has innovated. So it was amazing. I meet these two new people that I've never met. I think we clicked already. By the time we were flying, it was like we were family already, because when we were going for the visa submission of the passports, already we kind of clicked. The energy was just aligning, right? So when I left, when I told them, oh, by the way, tomorrow I'm traveling to go for my driving test, I'm like, no problem. if your visa comes out during the week, we will collect your passport. And Richmond did that. He updated us in our WhatsApp group that, hey guys, even Tobo had to go to Pico as well. So myself and Tobo, we are not like in Gaborone like that. So Rich reached out to say, no, I have received a call from the embassy. The visas are ready. Should I collect the passports for you? I was like, yeah, me and Mima should do that. So just keep the passports. We'll get them from you when I come back to Gaborone. So when I came back, I think it was that very weekend. Immediately when I finished my driving test, when I passed on Friday, I took a bus, the midnight bus that arrives on Saturday. And when I arrived at home, I didn't even sleep. I prepared myself and went out now to meet Rich and Tobo as well. Took like a midnight bus from Pique to Gaborone to come and collect. We were coming now to go fly outside of Botswana to Algeria. So immediately when I arrived in Gaborone on Saturday, it was to collect the passport from Richmond alongside Tobo as well. After that, it was just a matter of being like, okay guys, let's prepare ourselves, because it was around, I had my driving test on the 28th, so 29th, 30. So on the 29th, on the 29th, that's when we met on Saturday. And then on the 30th, that's a Sunday. And then on the 1st, that's a Monday. So we traveled on Tuesday. On the 2nd, because the African Startup Conference was starting on the 3rd. So on Tuesday, already we were at the airport, traveling, excited, flying Emirates, all paid for by the Algeria Ventures. So that was pretty much it. So this is just to give you a life update of things that transpired last year, when I've been quiet and all that. This is pretty much what transpired. So now, the reason why I'm making this video is because I realized that I've never expressed enough my experience when I was in Algeria, because that trip to Algeria kind of exposed me, to something that is quite interesting about the people of Algeria, about Algeria itself as a country. So I remember when we were going to Algeria, there was this uncertainty, right? First, because Algeria is a Muslim country, and then we come from a Christian country, which is Botswana. So again, because Rich has been to Algeria before, he knows some things about the country. He would just update us here and there, but there was this curiosity still in our minds, particularly myself. I don't know about Togo. I was very curious about a lot of things. I did international business. So international business, we are taught also a lot about being conscious about like the environment that you're traveling to, or you're doing business in, or you're going to work in, or you're going to study. So it's part of my psyche that I'm always curious to know about a place, so that I prepare myself mentally. I prepare myself in terms of changing my social skills or social settings to adapt quickly to that kind of environment that I'm going to. Interestingly, when we got to Algeria first, when we were in the airport, I know you just saw the vlog, but when we were in the airport, we were flying from Gaborone, Sesotho International Airport, to Joburg, which is OR Tambo International Airport. That's where now we got to fly direct, no, not direct, we flew from Joburg to Dubai. That was Emirates, and then connecting in Dubai to now finally our destination, which is Algiers, Algeria, the capital city of Algeria. So the interesting part, shout out to Algeria Ventures, you gave us an amazing experience. For me, it was the first time to fly Emirates. Emirates is one airline that I hold in high regard. It's premium. So I was just fascinated. I was mind blown, the whole experience, because we had the experience of flying with the Airbus. Unfortunately, at that time, I couldn't vlog, because we were in a hurry. Even at the airport when we got to OR Tambo, we were in so much rush. There was there was these long queues to a point where the security guards at the airport had to make us skip the lines because we were already late for our boarding. Fortunately, there were so many other people who were as late as we were, so the Emirates Airlines staff had to still extend their boarding time, I think by 10 minutes or so. So in that busyness, I was not able to vlog as I would have loved to, right? But still, one thing that I appreciate was the experience. When I got to Emirates, just being inside that Airbus was just fascinating. But the most fascinating thing is not even about flying Emirates or the Emirates Experience or flying via Dubai or any of those. Of course, they're important in this story, or let alone going for the African Startup Conference. It was a great experience. But I think the most beautiful thing about traveling to any place is when you get there and how people receive you shows you that you are accepted. It shows you that these people were waiting for you. It shows you that these people love to have you there. You get it? So I know that I should have shared this experience in December, but somehow I thought that just by compiling the vlog was enough. And it's until in the past 2 weeks when I came across of recent, if you notice, I have deactivated my social media. I've not been active in my social media. I give myself a goal to say for 30 days I will be off social media. So that's what I've been doing. I don't post anything, I don't log in, I don't watch anything on social media. For 30 days I did that, and I told myself that I'll be reading books, especially that I've also been working on my book. I'll be reading books, I'll be watching educational podcasts, the likes of Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett, the likes of Lewis Howes, the likes of Mel Robinson, the likes of mostly educational podcasts. That's what I've been consuming. The likes of even African podcasts like Dr. Kimori's podcast. That's what I've been watching as well, particularly about financial stuff. And also I've been watching, what's this man's podcast? The one from Kenya. Obina, I've been watching Obina's podcast. Yeah, and here and there I would watch also Mike Check, from Kenya. So that's pretty much what I've been consuming in this past 2 to 3 weeks as I'm moving towards my 30-day of social media. So through that I came across an episode in Lewis Howes' YouTube or podcast, which is called The School of Greatness. He had a guest by the name Nas, and Nas is from the United Arab Emirates, particularly Dubai. That's where he comes from, or that's where he originates. So in this podcast, Nas was pretty much trying to show that, he was saying something along the lines of, the life that people aspire for, or the American dream, is not the same as the Arab or the United Arab Emirates dream. He was trying to show the difference, how their society or culture is like, in terms of them having these values that encourage them to be more interested in serving people more than just it being about individualism and all of that. So when he spoke about the whole culture that they have in their Arab upbringing and culture and this communal spirit that they have, and he shared something also that as Muslims they have this culture where it's part of who they are as Arabs, and even them being Muslims plays a role in that. He said that they are raised to know that you have to learn how to make other people's life easy, right? You have to learn to be the kind of person who serves people, and the more you serve people, the more people are happy. To them, that's a measure of success. If they can make someone's life easier, if they can serve someone, if they can just extend themselves to someone, especially they were saying that especially guests, when they're given a chance to like serve a guest, they go, above and beyond for that guest, just to give them great hospitality and experience. And when we talked about that, I realized that actually this is universal among the Arab people, because when I was in Algeria, which is also an Arabic nation in Africa, I experienced the same thing. It's a Muslim state as well. I experienced the same thing that I could relate. Like when Anas spoke about that, I could relate. I was like, this is so Algeria. This is more like Algeria, because I felt what he was talking about. Those people, when they serve you as though their life depends on it. I don't know if you get it. They don't see you. You know how in our nations, like in Botswana, we don't have that spirit of making people feel at home like that. In fact, we are more divided. Our homes are so close these days. We have these streets where it's a home next to another, just like that. A long street with a lot of homes and homesteads and big houses. But in these big houses, it's people who are disconnected. We don't have that unity. But when this man spoke about that, it made me emotional. It brought that nostalgia where I kind of I was reminiscing about the moments in Algeria. And those people in Algeria, Algerians are such sweet-hearted people, kind-hearted people, loving people. They made me see that, as humans, the most important things is not even money, it's not even status, it's not even any of those things. It's about the values that we have. How do you treat people? How do you treat guests when they come to your home? How do you treat people when they come to your country and experience it? And I realized most of our states this side, if we are to be compared to the people of Algeria or the North Africans, in the context of Algeria, because that's the North African country that I've been to, you realize that those people, the way they do things is more of value-based. They have a value-based culture. And then us on this side of the continent, the southern part, is like we've lost our values. We are trying to be more Western. And in trying to be more Western, we lose who we are. We lose the core of who we are. That Ubuntu. I saw Ubuntu in Algeria. And I don't mean just people being nice and faking. In fact, when we were going there, I asked, when we arrived there after day one of our arrival in Algeria, I asked Richmond, who took us there, Richmond, are these people nice like this, or they're acting? Is this a script or something? Richmond was like, no, that's exactly what I experienced last year. That's who they are. There's no script here, that's who they are. So I was shocked, like, are these people this nice? And then I was like, okay, I'll wait for day 2 and day 3 to confirm if these people, it's a script, they're acting or what. No! You would meet different people who are not in any way related. Let me start first with the people who were assigned to take care of us who were from Botswana. Myself, Rich and Tobo, we were assigned a group of 3 people who took care of us. They even created a WhatsApp group where it's Botswana and them. So these three people, they were like organizers, young people who were like organizers, but specifically assigned to take care of the innovators from Botswana. So there's a beautiful girl. No, let me start with the gentleman. There's a gentleman called Rostom Belhaji. There's another gentleman called Hakim. And then there's a beautiful young girl called, why am I forgetting her name? I'm so sorry. I can't be forgetting her name, honestly. I forgot her name, but I will remember her name. These three people, these three young, amazing people, they were taking care of us. And the way they received us, it was as though they were hired and told, you are personal assistants of these people. And they were so kind that I remember this girl, she came when we were working, when we were still at our stores, showcasing our stuff. She came there, it was around 1:45, so 1 is like lunchtime. She came to our store, she was like, hi Lesego, please let's go, you should go now have lunch. She came and collected all of us, myself, Tobo, and she was like, come guys, I need you to go have lunch right now because the ministers are around, so there will be like a crowd and all of that. She literally, it was just, I don't know how to explain it. It was though, you know how we are taught in the Bible that love your neighbor as you love yourself. It was that kind of situation. The way she served us, it was as though, like I said earlier, it was as though her life depends on it. It was as though if we don't eat, she would lose something. It was as though if we get to eat on time, it was as though she was thinking about us and we are like her responsibility. And I know in Botswana, sometimes we host events. I don't think our people do that to guests. Our people generally don't have that kind of love and that amount of compassion where you extend yourself over and above for people. Maybe they'll just come. I assume the best that they can do, even in hotels where they're being paid, will be just to remind you that, hey, there's dinner being served. But not to the level that that young lady was extending herself. Remember, these are young people who, in that event, they were volunteers. They were not being paid to do that work or to serve us like that. But the way they served, you could tell they were serving wholeheartedly. So that's scenario number one. Now, I'm shocked by all of this. And when we get to the hotel again in the evening, Rostom would come. When we're having dinner, Rostom would come and check with us to see, are you guys good? Are you enjoying? Are you having a good time? Are you, like, to see if we are feeling at home, if there's anything, that we are not comfortable with. But we're so happy, we're just excited about that service and all of that. So this thing was common, not just among these young people who have been assigned the role of looking after us, but even the young people from Algeria who were coming to attend the African Startup Conference just like us. These are young people, some from university, some are entrepreneurs just like us. They would come there, visit our stores, and it was just, you could tell this is these are their values, this is their way of life. There's no script to this. This is who these people are, this is how they're raised, this is how they're socialized. They're taught that any person you come across, you should give them the best of yourself. I don't know if you get that. This is one thing that when I came back from Algeria, it changed how I look at people. It challenged me even as a person to say, you need to do better. You get it? It changed me. You need to should operate from a place of love when you're meeting new people. Because, okay, now we get to day 2. Day 2 now, these young people from the universities come. In fact, from day 1, I remember Tobo was was laughing. He was like, when I got talking more Algeria, you know, those people, for me personally, they gave me so much love. Like everyone, like random people that I don't know, just stop me and be like, can we take a photo? Can we have a photo with you? Can we have a photo? And at that time, dude, I look like I was so rusty. I was so rusty. I remember when we were flying out, I didn't even have time to go change my hair. I wanted to do a new hair, so I had to go with my old hair. I knew when we were going to Algeria that my hair was rusty. And funny enough, those people who loved my hair, they were like, "Oh my God, we love your hair. Can we take a picture?" So it kind of shocked me. I remember asking Tobo, these people, I think by Katakan, you know, I think they're just trying to be nice. What's nice about this hair? This hair is so rusty. I wanted to change it before we came, just that there was no time. I came from another trip, from another village, and where I was doing my driving test, and when I came, we are collecting passports already, you are packing and all of that, and you're flying out. So I didn't even have time to go change my hairstyle. And these people are telling me this old hairstyle, they love it, they like my hair. I was like, no, these people are faking on me. There's no how. And funny enough, I would meet so many different people, not just one person. And all they do, they're like, can we have a photo? Oh my God, you look so beautiful. I'm like, these people, they're so beautiful. I mean, God just made these people to be beautiful. And some of us, we're just average looking, you get it. And also with this rusty hair, there's nothing special going on. That's what I thought in my head, right? Now these people were just coming like, yo, actually, wow, so can we take photo? Algerians are so kind, they're so loving. And I don't think even when those moments of asking for photos, it was just all about what they were saying, but it was more of a reflection of them as people. They're loving people, they're kind people, they're just that kind of people. That's who they are as a society, okay? So day 2 again, we are at the stall, and then there's this group of young girls from the university. Some of them are my friends, now we're friends. Shout out to Hadil, shout out to Mona, shout out to my amazing girl Sumaya, shout out to like, I'm so sorry if I forgot your name, but these girls, like, oh my God, these are my sisters. I'm not even done to share with you what these girls do. So these girls come to my stall as well. They're just there, coming there in a group. Like, they just came in group. Even me, I'm sure, because I'm an introvert, by the way. So it's just that when I'm given an opportunity to speak or to showcase my work, I come off as an extrovert. So people can hardly tell that this person is an introvert, but it's an introvert sometimes. I panic when I see a lot of people, or I have to interact with a lot of people. However, there's a balance. I've learned over the years to balance that, because growing up, I've always found myself being selected for leadership even when I didn't want to, even when I was shying away from, especially at school. So it taught me to at least know how to stand before people and speak, even if I don't feel like it, even if I'm so scared, even if all of that. So now when I went to University of Botswana, studying international business, we had presentation almost every week, and of course your marks, your performance depends on it. So there I had no choice, but I had to learn how to speak, and I was very good with that one. So now these girls, they come in group. You know, this one asks you this, they ask you about your project, this one asks you this. Like, each and every one of them has a question. They're curious, they're looking at you, You ask yourself, what is it? Is it the first time you see a black person? You know, that just that just curious. And then they're like, okay, can we take pictures? Oh my god. It was just fascinating. But I could tell it was coming from a good place of love and their values. They're just kind people, they're just amazing people. And I think also for them, because these girls, most of them were university students, some of them were studying electrical engineering, computer engineering, so they were kind of shocked with our project fears that, oh okay, so this project has a combination of software engineering and a combination of electrical engineering. So some of them were actually telling me that they're doing some projects at school, so this project they love it and all of that. So I remember Hadil as well shared with me one innovation that she has. It's actually patented. I think she's studying electrical and electronics engineering in Algeria, and she's made this crazy invention. It's patented. I was so proud of these girls, like what they're doing, and they're so humble, modest. I was just, honestly, they made me a better person. Shout out to you, my girls. They made me a better person. So, besides these friends of mine that I met, there's another girl, Sumaya. In this very day, I think, is it day 2? No, Sumaya came to my store in day 2, and then she asked that we take a picture. But every time she came to the store, there was someone who was talking to me. So every time she passed by, there was someone. So I just asked her, okay, can we leave your contact? I'll reach out to you. And then when I got to the hotel, we got there very late. I was so exhausted, I never reached out to her on WhatsApp. So the next day, Sumaya came. And when she came, I was like, oh, Sumaya, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot about this. So look at this girl. We just met shortly. Didn't talk that long. She wanted to talk to me because I believe she had some important project that she did, or she loved my project. And maybe we clicked as well as people. And that day she came. I know Rich was so shocked. Rich was like, what? What's really? Wow, these people really love you. Sumaya came with this thing. I think it's a dessert or something. Yeah, she made more like something like a cupcake, and she told me she made it at her home, and she thought she should bring me that. I forgot the name. There's an Arab name for it. So it's like a dessert from their culture. So they make it as this, but it's more of a sweet dessert kind of, more like a cake or something like that. So it was in this thing. It was in this cup, the cup that we usually use when we are baking muffins. But it was not a muffin. It was something. It was sweet. Like I think it's something they eat after having lunch, right? So Sumaya came with that, and she's like, hi, I brought you this. Oh, she brought that in sweets. She was like, I just want to give you this. I don't like sweet things. I like sweets, but I knew this is something that someone is giving you that with love. I had to take that. I gave my colleagues Tobo and Richmond the sweets, and then the dessert. I was like, you know what, I don't like sweet things, but I'm taking this to my room. If maybe in the evening after we eat dinner I decide to have it, I'll have it. So I took it and I tried it. It was really nice. And thank you so much, Sumaya. I just want you to know that I ate your dessert that you made for me with love, and I'm so happy about it. So why am I sharing these things? I'm sharing these things to show you that other societies, like in Algeria, and just like Anas was saying in his episode where he was talking with Lewis House at the podcast called The School of Greatness by Lewis House. So what I picked from that is that we may think the world has changed. Some of our nations may be so much influenced by pop culture that we lost that essence. Actually, this is how our societies used to be like. This is how our great grandparents used to be like. Even me right now, my grandmother is still alive. My grandfather passed on last year. May his precious soul rest in peace. But growing up around these people, one thing that I always saw from them was that they were people of community. They were people of sharing, giving to the less privileged members of society. The kind of people who, even if they have like their last money and someone comes to them crying and saying, oh, they would give that person. Regardless of whether that person is trying to scam them or lie to them, they would give that person from a good place, from a place of love and wanting to extend themselves to that person. But somehow it's like the more we become a capitalistic society, we lose that thing as a people. We have lost, in fact, we have lost that. Even among ourselves, we don't have that love. But when I got to Algeria, they kind of reminded me that this is actually who we are as African people. These people don't know me. I didn't even give them money. I didn't even look like I'm someone who has money. I don't know about that, but I didn't look like that. But they just came, gave me the love, made me to feel welcome, made me to feel special. If at all I had any insecurities, they literally cancelled those insecurities out of my head. They made me to see that you're special. I remember Papa saying to me in First Nation, like, because when they stopped me asking me for photos, I'd give him my backpack which had like the laptops and other things. So it was heavy for him to carry his own laptop bag and then my laptop bag. So out of impatience, you would say, but he knew that, dude, I don't like photos. Personally, I'm one person who believes I'm not photogenic, right? I'm not good in photos, or I think so. I think I don't look good in photos. So most of the time, I hardly take photos, but if it comes to like making videos or vlogging, that one I would do, right? So funny enough, I had to stop to take photos with people who wanted to take photos with me because that's how loving they were. I remember there was that moment now in day 3, the last day of the event. There was that moment where people now were taking photos outside and all of that. And just a random school girl walked to me and said, "Hi, you're so beautiful." Dude, and I'm there like, I'm just a girl from Lagos. What's this gorgeousness that these people are talking about? That's me in my head. That's like my position. I'm like, what is this gorgeousness that in my own country, Botswana, I don't get to hear about it. People in Botswana don't tell us we are gorgeous and all of that. What is it that these people are good looking, they have good hair, nice hair, good features, good genes. Algerians are so beautiful, by the way. That's one thing that I don't know how to tell you. All of them, like everyone in Algeria is so gorgeous. Even men, you don't say a man is gorgeous or a man is beautiful. A man you say they're handsome, or a boy you say they're handsome. But in Algeria, even men, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful. They have like all sorts of features that you would think they're going to shoot a movie, or they're from Hollywood or Bollywood or something like that. So good looking. So imagine those kind of people telling you, not that I don't believe in myself or anything, but come on, I have my own mirror there, I see myself, and someone is just like, this beautiful, these beautiful people, like someone walks to you, you look at their beautiful curly hair and they tell you, they're telling you, oh, you're so gorgeous. And there's so many people taking photos, they just walk to you and say, that was my experience of Algeria. I've experienced so much love. I've experienced favor. I've experienced kindness. I've experienced generosity that I don't know how to explain to people. These are not just those experiences that we've had. There's a young boy called Munir. Munir is our friend. He became friends with Tobo. So when I was looking for Tobo, I found him with Tobo, and then Tobo introduced me to Munir. So we became friends with Munir, and Munir took us with his car, drove us to go look for an ATM because the ATMs that were at the venue were not compatible to our cars that are Visa powered. So Munir took us with his car, drove us from the venue to more like a 30 minutes, 40 minutes drive to a different hotel, Sheraton, which had Visa powered ATM machines. And we asked him, can we fuel you or something? How can we pay you, Munir? Munir is saying, no, I'm just happy to do this for you. I'm just happy to give you this experience. The next day, Munir, in the afternoon when we were done, Munir takes us again out we asked him like, are there any places that have like street food? He took us to this outlet where they do pizza, shawarmas, chicken and all of that. And we asked him, Munir, can we, even to buy him at least, can we buy? And he is refusing. Can we at least fuel you? He is refusing. And then on the last day again, we are trying to call a cab. That cab is called, what's that cab called? More like InDrive, but it has a name. I forgot the name, but they have that kind of system. It's a cab, very famous in Algeria. So we wanted to call that, and it required someone who has a local number. So the guys who have been assigned to take care of us, Hakim, the guys who are assigned to take care of us, this is Hakim, and another one called Mohammed Mo, and then the beautiful girl, our friend. Why am I forgetting her name? I can't believe I have not even remembered her name right now. Wisal, yes, her name is Wisal. So Wisal, Hakim, and Mohammed Mo. You know, these guys, when we were done now in the afternoons, we wanted like a cab to go back because it was the last day and we were so exhausted from waking up early in the morning and coming late at night and all of that. So we're like, we want to go now back to the hotel where we stay right now so that we can just rest a little. These guys, you should have seen how they extended themselves. They would call, they would try to book, they would even try to use their own money to book the cabs for us. Like, I've never seen something like that. Not anywhere. I've gone to different places, but I've never seen that thing anywhere. And now when I saw this episode by Anas, the gentleman from United Arab Emirates, who has hosted in Louis Hoy's podcast of the School of Greatness, I realized it kind of sparked in me the need to make this episode to speak about this experience and how much I experienced, how much I appreciate the Arab people and how we should all learn something from them. Because this is how we used to be as African people. This used to be us. We used to have that spirit of community. We used to have that spirit of wanting to extend ourselves for other people, to make them feel, feel special, feel welcome, and just hospitality in our space. And we saw that in Algeria. And I'm very certain that if our stay there was not for 3 days, they would have shown us a whole lot of things. I remember the last night there, Ross came to us. He wanted to give us like a ride around Algiers, just to show us different things, like a tour. Unfortunately, it was very late, and we picked that these are people who love people. They paid everything for us to be there. When we get there, they don't treat us in a way that shows that you are nothing, or no. They show us love. They show us kindness. Even that people who don't know how we came there, they're so loving, they're so kind. They're just fascinating. So that's pretty much my experience of Algeria. That experience was so amazing. And thank you so much to Algeria. Thank you so much to A Ventures. Thank you so much to Wisal, Hakeem, Mohammed, Ross. Thank you so much to my friends Hadil, to Muna, to Munir, to the beautiful girl as well who gave me the dessert, Sumaya as well. Oh my god, you guys are really sweet-hearted people. You are so kind. And one of these days, I would love to host you in my country, Botswana, just show you around and make you experience the beauty of Botswana and also the culture that we have here, because you gave me the kind of experience that made me to want to come back to Algeria one day as a tourist. And I will definitely come back to Algeria as a tourist to experience it. I even met other African young people who don't come from Algeria, who are there on scholarships. One of them is from Botswana, Horata. Shout out to you, Horata. She's doing her masters there. There's also others who are doing bachelors and masters from Zimbabwe, from South Africa, from Lesotho, from Nigeria, did I meet anyone from Ghana? No, from Uganda, from Kenya, from Zambia. So many young people in Nigeria who are doing different professions, who are studying for different things. Also from Somalia, there's one guy also, Ahmed. Shout out to you, Ahmed, from, I think it's Somalia. Yeah. So these are the people that we met, and this is the experience. And the beautiful thing with an experience is it lives on. It lives in your heart. Oh my god. So these are the moments that I couldn't capture with the camera, but my heart captured them. So I just want to say thank you so much, Algeria. Shukran, my people. I look forward to come to Algeria one of these days. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you so much for making time to support my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit notification bell. If you are new in this channel, if you are coming across my video for the first time, my name is Lesego, a YouTuber from Botswana who's just starting with YouTube, trying to navigate around YouTube. And I'd love you to support my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit notification bell so that you come for more interesting content in my channel.